previously on the HotBox.
Like, but listen, like, but I ain't hotboxing so long. So, have you started investing? Well, you say you was already invested. That's one of the things like now that I'm really starting to look into. Just trading in general.
Okay. Like I just want to learn the skills right now. That's it.
I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, damn, man, like so many different things can happen right now. Most of it is just a hustle.
Yeah.
A lot of it. I ain't gonna say
Yeah.
most. I'm gonna say a lot of it is just a hustle.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
Where do I buy some? So by that time, Bitcoin was already up, but like, well, I think like 13,000.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Don't go for free. So I'm like, shit, I can't buy no Bitcoin. But what I could buy was, what it was, Litecoin.
Yeah.
So I think I put $100 on Litecoin. $100 on Litecoin. Over the weekend, that bitch ran up to like $2,200. Yeah, like yeah, it was real fast. I was making, you know what I'm saying, like $500-600 every time I look at the phone. I'm like, shit. Yeah, it was jumping like that. Yeah. So now I'm like, shit, I don't know how fast, like how long this shit gonna keep going up and how fast it's gonna do it. But I'm like, can't keep going up. So, you know what I'm saying? By the time I looked at it the next morning, it dropped down like drastically. So now I'm like, okay, man, that shit go back up to 1,500, I'm cashing out.
Yeah.
So it went back up to 15, I cashed out at 15, and now I'm hooked now. Now I'm hooked. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hooked. Now I'm like, shit, that's, like, I want some now.
What just happened?
Yeah, I want some now.
Yeah.
I want some. So that was like had introduced me to crypto. So, but what I didn't understand at that time was I jumped into the market at the tip of the bull run. So now from everything from there was doing this.
Going down.
So now I'm like, you know, I'm trying to like I got the 1,500. I don't want to touch the market no more.
Yeah.
Right now, I really don't want to touch the market. So I watched the market like literally just crash. You know what I'm saying? I blew that 1,500. But at this time now, my cousin kept telling me, hey man, that crypto stuff you was into. I'm like, I still do it.
Yeah.
So I was, you know, telling him the story. And then, I think I told you the story about, you know, because in between that time, me and him talking, I told you the story about when, like the guy, the video on YouTube that I ran across.
I told you.
That was telling me about XRP.
Oh yeah.
The bearable guy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So, so around that time, that's when I ran across them videos. And so I was talking to him about XRP. I think it was around like 11 cents. It was like between 11 and like 20 cents.
Yeah.
So I actually bought some back then. Went through a lot trying to get those coins, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I think it was Binance I bought them on. But then China came in and shut down, and then they shut down Binance, you know, trading with the U.S.
Yeah.
So now all my coins was just taken away. They was just gone.
No.
Yeah, because we couldn't trade in the U.S. no more. So it was just gone. So I didn't even try to get that account no more. So boom. So now for like a year, all I could do is just look at the market because, you know what I'm saying, now like I was forced to like try and like get coins outside of the market. So I started learning how to like download the wallets like of the coin that I actually want to buy. So I download that wallet and then put the coins onto the to the wallet, and then I was storing them like that. So so I did that for about a year.
Yeah.
And then Coinbase became trusted in the U.S.
Okay.
So then I merged and I started moving all my coins to Coinbase. So now I had started building up a portfolio on Coinbase, and then I started getting introduced to Binance, and Crypto.com came available down here. So, you know, like, and I just started like, you know, just like investing into all those coins inside, all those platforms.
Yeah.
But, you know, different platforms hold different coins, or they allow different coins at that time to trade in the US.
Yep.
So it wasn't all the coins like you see now.
Yep.
It was just like a certain selected few, you know what I'm saying, that was just allowed to trade. So we had to buy coins on the outside to get them in. You know what I mean? So, and then, or like, you know, I was telling you about the ledger, you know, like, you buy a ledger and store the coins on your ledger at that time. So, so then, like, from there, so, like, now, like, I started building up a nice portfolio.
Yeah.
So, like, now it's like, okay, let me start learning about these coins, because I was just buying. I was just like loading up on them. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really, I started learning. I was learning, but I was basically pretty much just learning about XRP.
Yeah.
So I think I know not everything, but I know a lot about XRP, because that was the first coin. Like, XRP was my Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was the coin that I was like heavily invested into.
Yeah.
And then when I started realizing, like, yo, hey, nigga, it's a big market out there. You know what I mean? So you really have to start, like, you know, like looking at the market, not just this one coin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or this one, with Ripple, or this one company.
But this like right before the hype of crypto, right?
Yeah, it was like right before the hype, because this was all like, this was like 18, and I took a break 18. So it was like, like around like late 18, early 19.
Okay.
You know, so because the bull run, I got in 17. So the bull run was ending as I got in. I caught the tip top of that motherfucker, and it crashed all 18. It crashed all 19. It crashed all 18 and some of 19. Yeah. So the tail end of 19, it started turning up into 20. You know, so so then that's when I started learning about the rest of the market. You know what I mean? And when I started like understanding, like, hold up, man, like we really is finna start like moving from like a paper dollar to a digital dollar. Then I started really not trusting the dollar that I'm already invested in, which is the US, like, you know, the paper dollar, the fiat. So I stopped trusting that like completely. So I don't want to talk too much.
Nah, you giving your experience though.
Yeah. So I stopped trusting the dollar completely.
Yeah.
So so as I stopped trusting the dollar, I started putting more of my trust into the system that is gonna be formed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, if I plant my feet inside this system now before the world or US, because the world is already adopting it, they just waiting on the US.
You talking about SRP?
No, I'm just talking about the whole market in general.
Okay,
you
know just talking about crypto, the digital.
Crypto in general, because we're waiting on regulations.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole world is already accepted. You know, the market itself is just the US. We're waiting on the US to accept it. So once the US accept it, then it's like accepted worldwide.
But you know, the US ain't gonna just accept the company in the Wild Wild West. They're gonna need some order.
Well, that's why we having, you know, the lawsuit with XRP and all that shit that's happening right now. But no, they're not gonna do it, you know, because it's like, you know, you taking one monetary system that got everybody, you know, like retirements and everything tied to it, you know, and you talking about like moving it over to
a shooter, better trust the shooter. I'm hotboxing this Uber. Nigga, this a pound of gas in that Louis bag. Man, I hope this whip don't crash. It's about 85 on that dashboard. You gon' get what you asked for. I'm so high, I need a passport. I look alive, but I'm feeling dead. Why the fuck I had the hotbox with dead?
If you don't hit like, bitch, you a pussy hoe. If you don't subscribe, bitch, you a pussy hoe.